Right, so I'm really proud of this project, this, pattern drafting and the end result plushie, because I learned a lot, and it was so fun to do, since the octopus is one of my favorite animals. It took like 3 or 4 mock-ups to get the pattern just right, and that really helped me understand pattern drafting and just patterns in general. So it was very educational and really helped my learning curve. And then because it was such a fun project, I've made like 5 more octopus plushies since then, using other fabrics and patterns, and just they're all really good and they're all a lot of fun. I don't know why I enjoy making an octopus plushie so much. Just it's a project that I am in a good mood for the entire thing. Perhaps it's because the octopus is my favorite animal. Well, one of them. It's like in the top 5. And I'm specifically excluding mythical creatures from this because I'm one of those types of people that, even though I know dragons don't exist, I believe in them anyways, because life's more fun when you believe in crap like that. So I choose to believe. Just like Santa Claus. It's stupid and I'm too old for it, but I choose to do it anyways just because it's more fun. However, in terms of like the project itself and like things that I did for it, I changed the placement of where I actually do the stuffing, like where I put it in at, so that way it's easier, and then also I can get the legs to attach easier. And I try very hard to keep my stitching super tiny. So beyond that though, it's really the same as the mock-ups. Maybe some tweaks here or there in the shapes of the pieces or in the placement of the legs. But other than that, it's the same as the mock-up. So since I don't have a whole lot to say about the project itself, I really don't have a lot to say about most things that I spend time doing. I'm gonna share some octopus facts. Maybe get you guys interested in one of the smartest animals on the planet. Because like when we think of smart animals, we don't think of like the gorilla or certain types of monkeys because they're so similar to humans. But I think in many ways the octopus is smarter than them because they can figure out traps, and there's a cool video on YouTube somewhere of an octopus testing if they can fit through a small space with their one of their tentacles, and then if they when they figure out the diameter of the space they're trying to fit through, they know whether they can or cannot, because there's only one part of an octopus that can't be squished, contortioned, or moved, and that's from the outer corner of each eye in, so like their eyes and then the space between their eyes, that's the only spot on an octopus that doesn't squish or move or anything, so an octopus can fit through any space that is bigger than that, no matter if it looks like the octopus itself can't fit in. They can just squish and move their organs around inside them, which is creepy but also really cool. And because they can do this cool squishy contortion thing, there have been accounts of octopus hiding in like seashells or coconuts from their predators. And there are even accounts of an octopus contortioning into the shape of another type of animal, like a fish or a jellyfish, and then using its changing skin to change the pattern on it to make it look like it actually is that animal, which is also super cool. Honestly, whenever I talk to people about like the theory of shape-shifting and if it would actually work, people always envision Mystique from X-Men, but I always think of the octopus because that would be the coolest way to be a shapeshifter. It would be the most useful way to be a shapeshifter, because then you're not limited to just other people. You also have like so many surroundings and horizons to explore in terms of what you can and cannot shapeshift into. And then, like, Ursula gets a bad rap from Disney's The Little Mermaid because she's, you know, the bad guy for the film. But, like, as part octopus instead of part fish, I feel like she should have had more powers besides just the magic or whatever. I feel like that horizon should be explored more rather than just, you know, people obsessing over the idea of mermaids. Not that mermaids aren't cool too, but I just think that there should be more consideration and broader horizons for media in terms of the mystical mermaid route or whatever if they're going down it, because sure there's the classic, you know, overdone idea of a mermaid, but you can breathe new life into such an overused trope as that by looking at other animals that we know exist. And like, you've probably heard people say that we know more about space than we do about what's in our oceans. You know, to a point that's true, because it's harder to go down to the bottom of the ocean, especially the deeper it is, because of the water pressure, as opposed to going to space where the pressure gets lighter, potentially no pressure at all, which is why, you know, zero gravity and all that crap. It's not that we haven't been to the bottom of the ocean. We've even, you know, there have been scientists that have even been to the Marianas Trench, which is the deepest trench in the ocean, and they've been down there. But we're still discovering crud down there, which is why we should, you know, I don't know, I feel like marine biology is one of those things that needs its own space race, for lack of better terms. Because, like, so many people got involved with space and crud from the space race back in, what was that, the 50s or the 60s. But, you know, thanks to that, we have cool things like Star Wars and Star Trek. I'm getting off topic, I apologize. I just kind of rambled there for a minute. I don't know, the ADHD in me took over. But I'll be quiet now, I apologize. you tell how proud of this project I am? I only took like 1,000,000 photos. Ooh, sheesh. Made much? No, I really am quite happy with the project. These photos turned out so cute. I'm going to include a couple more photos here of the two that I managed to get done while I was editing this video. But thanks so much for watching. This was an interesting video to edit, and I appreciate you guys listening to me ramble, even though nobody wants to listen to me ramble, not even me. So, it was really sweet of you guys. Have a nice day, and thank you very much.